We got two of the nation's best, Luke. It's Mason Kohn for Syracuse, Jake Naso for Duke. 913 face-off wins, the most of any active player. He's been going at it for 4 years here at Duke against someone in Mason Kohn who's in his first year at the D1 level.
Yeah, it's a very different type of experience level. Last year, Mason Kohn was playing D3 lacrosse, playing some hockey on the side as well, and now he's at the big stage.
A whistle on the first face-off. It's against Kohn. Jake Naso wins it for Duke. Now, Naso had lost every first face-off of the season except for one game against Penn this year. He won the first face-off. That's the only time he did so. That's the only game Duke has lost. Listen, from Avon Old Farms, that's where he played his prep lacrosse. Here go Naso and Kohn once again. Carpenter comes up with the ground ball. Right there when you need him most, the two-time captain. Now, if Duke is winning face-offs, just like they did last year, where Jake Naso won almost 20, they'll be dangerous.
In action that's been talked about so much this year for Syracuse lacrosse.
First time today, John Mullen out there. Like you said, the freshman, 66% on the season. Mullen and Naso go down to the ground. They'll call it on Mullen. Duke ball.
You love to see the effort that Mullen puts in there, though. He loses that one back. And Naso kind of pulls the ball back into his corner, and Mullen's immediately on the turf.
Here comes O'Neal, and there's Will Mark. An outlet pass to Rice. Here come the Cuse. Mullen, one-on-one, deflected by Jamison. The rebound, the flag before the shot. They say he was in the crease. A one-on-one opportunity ended in a Jamison stop. They'll say he fell in the crease.
Mullen back in the face-off X as well.
Looks like coaching staff trying to figure out what matchup works. So far, Naso is 3 for 3. Can they corral this one? Sawada using his body. Will it be enough? Ball out of bounds. Stays with Duke. Blue Devils 4 for 4 so far, which makes almost no sense because on the season, Naso hasn't been good in the first quarter, only at 54%. And the other 3 quarters, he's 67%. That's just not the case today. Until he decides, I think my other friend from Canada could slot this one too, as Owen Hiltz gets his 22nd goal of the season. 3-1 Orange on top towards the end of the first quarter. Mason Kohn and Jake Naso going at it. Naso won the clamp. Kohn held him. That's the second face-off violation on Mason Kohn. If you get 3.5, it's a 30-second penalty. O'Neal, the lefty howitzer. Whoa.
And see something like that, because, I mean, how rare is that where you see a true freshman take away a spot of a transfer, someone you're expecting to start? I mean, it must have been beyond what we're seeing here today because he's let 3 goals in. Outstanding work.
That's another face-off win for Jake Naso. He's 6 for 6 today. On the season, both John Mullen, Mason Kohn, over 60%. Brendan O'Neal is notched his 20th with that goal from McAdory. 1 goal deficit for the Blue Devils. That looked like it was going to be SU's first face-off win, but Naso's got it, and he just got pushed in the back. Duke's going to have a free play here.
Maybe celebrating a little bit too early there. Seems like he thought he got away with it, and then Naso comes down on his stick, knocks the ball free, and
there's only 1 inside the dome. Orange on top by 2. Losing in the face-off category, 7 out of 7. Mullen tried to kick it away, but Bard was right there. Make it 8 for 8, the Blue Devils leading. And Jake Naso is no stranger to dominating Syracuse at the X.
Yeah, Page has got a heck of a head of hair. I think he fits the bill perfectly.
Got that stash, too. All he needs is to hop behind the wheel. That's a face-off violation on Duke. Naso's first of the half, and Syracuse's first face-off win of the game.
It's been a long time coming.
The Orange only 4 goals so far. They average 16.
15 yards away from Cage to the left. of the goaltender Jamison, because he is living there right now. He's got 2 goals from that exact same spot. Both great shots.
That low to high, oh boy, good luck stopping that. And another great feed from Jake Stevens. He's given 2 to Owen Hiltz today. Orange on top by 3, and they've won 2 straight faceoffs. Here comes Mason Kohn. All the way to the cage, right down Broadway he goes. Mason Kohn has done it again. His 5th goal of the season.
Well, you know, Jack, if you do that when you win the faceoffs, then you don't need to win too many of them. Mason Kohn has made this almost a trademark at this point. And a great shot to get by Jamison, who's just been so locked in all day. Goes to the far side. That's a tough angle. You got basically in your eye line the goalie's entire body in front of the net. Doesn't look like there's any space there whatsoever, but you know, he's an experienced player. He knows what he needs to do, and what a boost for the sideline.
His offensive ability in the field is just so impressive. 5 goals and 6 assists this year. And he hasn't been playing lacrosse for as long as you may have think he has, as Syracuse gets another face-off on a Duke foul right there. Gives the Orange the ball. Now, he played in high school at the same time as playing hockey, but he took the first 2 years off at Tufts because hockey was his love. Didn't play his freshman year, didn't play his sophomore year, and then as his head coach Casey D'Onofrio said, 3 years off the lax, and he came back as the best player in Division III.
Well, you know, left on the clock in the 3rd quarter, and Duke would have just 2 goals. You would have told me I was at the wrong game or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild, Luke. It's a team that averages 18 goals a game. How about another face-off win for the Cuse? 4 straight after going 0 for 8 in the first half. But you're right, Luke, 18 goals a game. They are a prolific scoring team. They've been in double digits every game this season. This man-up unit last year was around 50% on the season. This year, over 40%. And now he's got 2 man-up goals this year. Violation on the Orange. Duke takes the ball back in an area where they're not having too much fun. That's on offense.
That's putting it right back.
Here's O'Neal finding some space with the left.
And it all on the Syracuse sideline.
Must feel like a weight off the shoulders of some of these Duke players right now. They haven't seen a shot go in since early in the 2nd quarter by Andrew McAdory, but Josh Sawada, the 5th-year leader of this team, 1st year with Duke, made a big impact this season. 1 goal today. Nice ground ball by Samoexo. Loses it, but pushes it over to the Orange, and Bill Mark just reached out of the sky for that one.
Yeah, great speed off the face-off, though, from Alexo. He's so good at doing stuff like that, where he can recognize a loose ball, notice if his man's going to get to it or not, and make the quick play. And
Jack of assists for Spallina this evening. That one going to Christian Mullen. And it's, you know, tough for him on a one-on-one matchup with Kenny Brower, the 3-time captain and 1st-team All-American for Duke. As John Mullen wins the face-off for Syracuse, the Orange 5 of 6 at the face-off X this half. Well, like I was saying about Spallina, Luke, you know, matchup with Kenny Brower isn't easy, but he's working around that to get his teammates involved.
Yeah, and, you know, lacrosse, just like any other sport, it's too simple to just look at the box score and take away something. The effect that Spallina all afternoon, a little bit closer to Cage on that one.
Hiltz is on an all-time hot streak right now. He's got a hat trick today. Last time out had 6 goals. And overall, he has 15 points in his last 3 games.
I don't know if you can ask for much more than that.
But don't say that too loud. Then Joey Spallina will put up 16 points. You never know.
Probably about 30 seconds before that goal went into the back of the net, trying to yell something to the officials, but neither of the officials turned around. Both had their back facing him, and play just kind of continued. So maybe a little bit upset that he wasn't being heard.
Mullen and Naso for the face-off. Duke comes away with it. 2 trail checks. Not enough to get the ball away from one of the nation's finest at the face-off X.